And if you've been following us for any length of time, you know that standing on single leg is actually a really useless, pretty useless exercise. I'm not saying don't do it. Say useless and then say don't do it. Go ahead and use it. It's not a great functional exercise for our older adults. Very rarely do our older adults ever just stand there on one leg unless they're standing there on one leg for exercise. And it doesn't translate to why older individuals fall. One of the reasons, there's several reasons, many reasons. Obviously, there's some weakness issues. There's maybe joint stiffness and or mobility issues, lack of control, I should say, really lack of control issues. There are issues with visual system, the vestibular system, the somatosensory system, how your body perceives where the foot is on the ground relative to its body or center of mass. So there's lots of reasons why older folks lose balance. So obviously balance training is a big part of what we need to do with our older clients. I'm going to share with you just 2 examples of things that are very useful and practical for your older clients. Number 1, you can't see my feet, unfortunately, just because, you know what, let me lower it down. Unfortunately, that's why we have a tripod. Lower it down here so you can actually see my feet. So one of the things that we often hear about is, oh yeah, put your client on a labile surface like this. So then they get on here and they're all like this, and it's like, that's not helping your client balance better. You need to teach your client how to control their foot on the ground and how to control their center of mass over that. So the first thing you want to do is get rid of this thing. Okay? Teach your client how to stand on one leg, how to shift their weight onto one leg, how to align their thoracopelvic cylinder over top of their hip, knee, ankle, and foot with control. Once they've learned how to do that, then you get to do something like take a ball. So I'm doing is standing, again, controlling my center of mass over my base of support being my foot, and now I can just do side-to-side rotations, and now I'm teaching my client how to control the ankle and foot complex relative to that base of support, the ankle and foot complex. And again, if they wobble a little bit, no problem. They should be wobbling. It shouldn't be exactly rigid, stiff. That's not actually a great strategy either. They should be able to control the center of mass, shift, turn, rotate, and still control that center of mass. Compare it right to left. Oftentimes, many of your clients have a significant deficit side to side. Now, if you want to use this device, I don't want to get any hate mail from BOSU, put the round surface down, have your client then learn how to transfer their weight onto the BOSU. So again, aligning the thoracopelvic cylinder, aligning the hip, knee, ankle, foot, then shifting up onto one leg. And now, with the flat surface, I can get my foot to support on the foot tripod and control that ankle on top. I can control the hip, knee, ankle, and foot. And this is a much more effective way to start to challenge different planes of motion and that dynamic sort of vestibular, or I should say not vestibular, dynamic sense of balance control, which your client needs to learn how to do as well. So this is a very good exercise for your clients once they've learned how to progress. So just a couple of different variations of how to use the appropriately used balance devices for your clients, how to use simple, easy progression, exercise and progressions. You don't need fancy devices. You don't need a lot of elaborate setups. Just teach your client how to control their foot tripod, big toe, small toe, heel, keep their weight, their center of mass, their body weight over the feet tripod. Then you go split stance, then you go single leg stance, control that hip, knee, ankle, foot over top that foot tripod. Then start to teach them how to rotate off that. You can teach them how to then do reaches. You can reach to the side. They can reach down towards the floor. So again, challenging their center of mass. Then you start having them learn how to step and control that center of mass. So there's different ways to challenge balance. We're going to be sharing lots of ideas on how to improve your client's balance with very easy to use progressions. Progressions you can plug right into the programs that you're already using with success.